Well, fans from the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the time has come for the bout you've all been waiting for. It's time for Mayhem, Mayweather versus MAIDANA 2.
MAIDANA all over Mayweather. This is a brawl. When was the last time you ever could say that about a Floyd Mayweather fight? Mayweather finding his tempo and rhythm. I don't want to jinx it, guys, but can I already request a rematch? If the fans want to see it again, we can do it again.
Finally, a guy has won more than 2 rounds, and they like, this guy beat Floyd. Come on, man.
We'll be better off in the rematch for this. What we did the first half of the fight, we're going to do it for 12 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for mayhem? Walking down the metaphorical yellow brick road where the bricks are made of gold, Al, according to contracts, tonight's main event. The big number here, and it's one, and Floyd Mayweather apparently did not weigh in this evening for us to show you his weight. At 37, and we've alluded to it a lot, is he a 37-year-old who can use his legs and use his skills as he did in previous fights? He has fought 4 times in the last 16 months. The last time he did anything like that was in 2005 and 2006. So we are set for the rematch. Mayhem has arrived. Let's go to the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MGM Grand Garden Arena here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Mayweather Promotions, Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, and Showtime Pay-Per-View. Sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day, Mexico, Live It to Believe It, and The Equalizer starring Denzel Washington in theaters September 26th. This bout is sanctioned by the WBC President and Supervisor Mauricio Suleiman, the WBA President Roberto Mendoza, Supervisor Gilberto Mendoza Jr., and the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the Chairman Francisco Aguilar, Executive Director Robert Bennett. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside, from Bergamo, Italy, Guido Cavaletti, from Flushing, New York, John McKay, and from Las Vegas, Nevada, Dave Moretti. And our third man of the ring, the referee in charge, Nevada Boxing Hall of Famer Kenny Bayless. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in a rematch for the WBC and WBA Unified Welterweight and the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks, hailing from Margarita, Santa Fe, Argentina. He weighed in at already 146 pounds with a record of 35 wins and 4 losses. He has 31 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked the number 3 welterweight in the world by the WBA and number 2 by the WBC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the challenger, the hard-hitting and determined former 2-weight division champion of the world, introducing Marcos and Chino MAIDANA. Across the ring, really needing no introduction, the world over in the blue corner, wearing snakeskin trunks with black black trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at 146 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 46 wins, no losses, 26 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently, the WBC and WBA welterweight world champion and the WBC super welterweight champion of the world. Tonight, making his 24th world title appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's undisputed top attraction, the undefeated pound-for-pound superstar, the 5-division champion of the world, introducing the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. Once again, a referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Kenny Bayless.
Rex. Murray. Okay, chunks are okay on both sides. Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you right now to keep this fight clean at all times. Protect yourself at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Good luck, Minnesota. Touch him up.
This is Floyd Mayweather's 24th world title fight, more than half of his total bouts, but 13 less than Mexican icon, former 3-division dynamo Julio Cesar Chavez. Meanwhile, Marcos Maidana has fought 8 world champions and now has his sights on shocking the boxing world, having been granted a second chance at the pound-for-pound king. The bell and round 13.
Maidana's not been able to cut the ring off Mayweather using his movement.
There, Maidana going over the top with a right hand. The first time Mayweather found himself against the ropes.
Right away, Floyd was able to get off those ropes.
Minute and a half gone in the opening round.
The jab of Maidana is almost absent.
Throw off your rhythm. He has that little foot feint, that little leg feint where he kind of bends his front knee. Right here, he's starting to apply a little bit more pressure.
And Mayweather using that deft footwork.
There's again with that feint from Maidana, just to keep Mayweather honest.
The crowd already venting its disapproval at Mayweather's movement, and it's a lot of movement.
Final minute of the first round. Mayweather definitely using more footwork than he was able to do in the early rounds of the first meeting. Marcos Maidana gets tagged there by a Mayweather shot. Maidana has to cut off the ring. Mayweather going side to side, but Maidana attacking him there. Maidana wearing the gloves chosen by Mayweather, not the Everlast MX, but the Power Lock variety, although this time he was able to train his entire camp with the gloves. He feels a lot more comfortable.
He said that will make him more comfortable.
Mayweather looking like he did in the Diego Corrales fight thus far in his first round, almost a similar game plan. He kind of glided along the ropes in that fight, but never kind of stood still, catching Corrales with some sharp shots.
And he ascended to the top of the pound-for-pound rankings after destroying Diego Corrales.
In a round in which Mayweather's footwork was very good, there was a moment where it didn't end up being so good. Roughhousing a little bit here, and then Floyd Mayweather would hit the deck as he's trying to hold on to Maidana and just kind of loses his balance. Let's take a look at the keys to victory. Let's start with Floyd Mayweather. Stay off the ropes. He did that very well. The right hand he hasn't thrown yet, and he hasn't had a chance to counter off the ropes, so he will certainly be in that posture. As for Marcos Maidana, a reminder to you of what his keys in fact are. Jab, jab, and attack. No jabs in round one. Later in the fight, he can't fade with his energy, and the hook sets up the right hand when he gets Mayweather on the ropes. Hasn't had him there yet. That time Maidana initiated the clinch, so I think he was stung by that punch.
There's an overhand right by Maidana. 45 seconds left in the round.
Oh, good shot by Maidana. Floyd comes right back.
Lead left hand by Mayweather. Mayweather claiming he bit him? What? He is saying he bit me. How do you bite the glove? I don't know how that works.
I understand, I don't see nothing.
Maidana telling him to stop complaining. I'm dying to see that replay.
Wow, they're going to bring the doctor.
I'm daunted. He's just relaxing and chilling in the neutral corner.
Is the glove damaged? That's a question.
I don't know what you did. No.
Maidana's like, I didn't do anything. Floyd's saying he got bit.
Well, it's not the ear, it's not Tyson versus Holyfield, but Mayweather claiming that Maidana bit his hand. I don't understand, but we resume action with 15 seconds left here in the 8th round.
Just when you think you've seen everything in boxing, you haven't.
Counter left by Mayweather with that hand.
Okay, let's making sure he breaks them before he fights.
That was a mischievous smile that Maidana gave Mayweather at the end of the round.
Gloves are a different kind of issue. The last time they fought, here, Floyd Mayweather, well, you can see something going on there with the glove and Maidana, but it's very difficult to tell what happened.
Maidana biting the hand that feeds him.
You know what it is? Floyd's putting his glove in Maidana's face, mushing him. Right. That prevents you from breathing. Smart tactic by Floyd. What happens is you can't breathe when the glove is covering your nasal passage and your mouth.
And that may have precipitated.
And maybe Maidana, to get him off, might have bit him.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes boxing gets dirty. Dare I say smart on both guys' tactics?
Yeah. You could say both were inappropriate.
Round 9 underway. Maidana stalking Mayweather. Mayweather with a high peekaboo guard, utilizing that footwork. Staying away. And Mayweather gets dropped. Timeout called, yep. It's
Kurang gara-gara aja si Itam ini.
Floyd Mayweather.
Shit.
No.
Oh man, see?
That was Floyd holding his ground and Maidana trying to walk back.
Nggak benar ini.
Floyd squared up his legs. When your legs are squared up, you're going to fall if you get pushed back.
I don't really understand. Kenny Bell's a fine referee, but I don't get that.
And that was a rematch.
By throwing it to the head. Then we'll see the punch that... by throwing it to the head. Then we'll see the punch that... by throwing it to the head. Then we'll see the punch that Maidana complained about, and that was below the belt. How dramatic it was, only he knows. Then later on in the round, the money punch, if you... Maidana.
Never excuse the pun now. Never.
The final round of this bout, the champion was this is round 12.
The bell goes to begin the 12th and final round between Floyd Mayweather and Marcos Maidana, and to defeat Floyd Mayweather.
You worked on that Maradona line, didn't you?
Maybe. 30 seconds gone in the 12th. Mayweather wearing his dancing shoes.
The crowd booing it, but
Smart. He waves a look of resignation across Maidana's face, similar to what we saw when Canelo faced Mayweather last September.
I wouldn't say that. He's still trying.
He's trying, but there's frustration, I think, Paulie. He is trying, but...
Oh, certainly frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely. And due, of course, to
this fight. When Mayweather has decided, if this was a referendum on whether the 37-year-old could move for most of a fight, that's been answered because he has.
Mayweather made those necessary adjustments at the midway point of their first meeting, winning the fight going down the stretch. A purely defensive round for Floyd Mayweather again, feeling that he's got the fight in the bag, as they say, with 1 minute left in the round and the fight.
It's interesting, Maidana will probably win this round because he's being given it because he has landed so much. Likely,
lari terus, lari terus deh, lari terus 3 menit, lari.
Maidana clinches Mayweather, 45 seconds left in the fight.
Lari terus, lari terus. Petinju lari-lari. Menang dengan lari terus.
Mayweather gets cornered. Maidana going on the attack.
Lari terus. Hajar terus ke dia. Hebat lari-lari.
Issues have been well documented. One can't deny the artistry on his chosen canvas.
Peluk lagi, begitu tadi.
For tonight, Floyd Mayweather did what he said he would do in the rematch. And that's Marcos Maidana.
Menang di lari-lari. Makanya dia takutkan lawan Pekayu. Kalau Pekayu semakin murah lari, dia dapat bagus. Mulut besar.
So counter with right hands over the top, and sometimes that will make you doubt throwing your jab. And sometimes that part of the reason Maidana maybe didn't jab as much was because of the countering.
Precisely, that's the point of the piece, and it is why Maidana was able to get where he absorbed so many. We look at the punches landed, and this shows you by round, which is, it tells the story that in most of these rounds, Mayweather, virtually all of them, Mayweather was able to land more punches. There were some rounds, round 4 was a notable example, round 12, that were better for Maidana.
Let's get the official decision from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action here at the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge ringside, Guido Cavalieri scores about 115 to 112. Judges John McKay and Dave Moretti both score about 116 to 111. All three in favor of the winner. And still the undefeated champion of the world, Floyd Money Mayweather.
Petinju lari-lari, baru banyak curang.
Remains undefeated, improving to 47-0.
Amerika sudah nggak ada
Marcos Maidana for the second time, this time via unanimous decision.